Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Oh god, long time no see. I mean, it hasn't really been a long time, but that's just how it normally feels if I have not been talking to you guys for a while. But if you hear any background noise, please just forgive me, I guess, because normally when I'm filming, I use my phone. In case you didn't know, I use my phone and I always use my earphones, and my earphones no longer work. They no longer work, and I now use AirPods. And when I use AirPods to record, they sound like crap. It doesn't work. It just does not work. So I just have to record directly on my phone like that. And doing that means that there is gonna be a lot of background noises. I mean, I'm gonna try to edit that part out, but if it doesn't work and you can still hear the background noises, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just have to put it out because right now I cannot even film videos. You guys know that. We already talked about that. So I just have to record directly like this, and without wasting any time, let's get right into today's episode. Oh my god. I don't even know what's been going on lately. I think what's been going on lately, to just fill you in, is that I've just been experiencing a lot of uncomfortable emotions, and having to, I guess, letting myself experience that and not try to run away from that. Basically, me taking my advice. I think this chapter of my life right now is like 100% about me taking my own advice. That's what it's about. Again, excuse the background noise. It's mostly about me taking my own advice, because I've made hundreds of videos, giving advice and talking about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for, which that's good. You know what I mean? That's good to share, and yeah, it's good to share. But I also feel like sometimes giving advice is way easier than actually taking that same advice. And I think I've given a lot of advice over the past year, and that's good, that's great. But I also feel like right now I'm in a point where I'm being tasted. I'm being tasted a lot. I'm being tasted because I have to take my own advice. I'm being tested a lot because, again, I have to take my own advice, because it's so easy for me to be like, don't do this, don't do that, go here, go there, don't do this when you're met with this kind of information, with this kind of situation. You have to do this and do that instead. But I also feel like something that isn't the easiest is taking that same advice. And I think right now where I'm at, I'm being tested a lot, and I'm being forced to take my own advice. And that's why I don't want to give a lot of advice anymore. I don't, at least not for now, because I'm at a point where I'm rewatching a lot of my own videos to take my own advice. I'm at a point where I'm literally relying on my own videos and my own podcast episodes so that I can just, I guess, give myself that self-motivation. I'm telling you right now, and some people might think it's weird, and the fact that I'm taking my own advice and basically watching my own videos and listening to my own podcast episode. But I feel like that's what I need, that right now, that's what I need. I am not in a point where I need to be giving more advice and telling people what to do with their lives and how to go about their lives. If anything, it's right now, it's about me taking my own advice and basically practicing what I preach. And that's where I've been. That's the boat that I've been in. It's just me taking my own advice. All of it. Like, I'm going back and rewatching all these videos, all these episodes that I did months, like last year, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just rewatching them and applying that same advice that I give on here. And I think that's so crucial. That's so important. It's nice to give advice. It's good. But what's even better is you taking that same advice, because I know, again, it's not always the easiest thing to take that same advice and apply it in your own life. That's why right now I am not giving advice. I'm really not. What I'm doing is I'm taking that same advice that I used to give on here and applying that in my own life, and reminding myself, like, remember, you always say that if you're met with this situation, you have to do this. If you're met with that situation, you have to do this and do that. And I think that's the exact same thing that's going on right now. I'm at a point where I have to take my own advice, basically. You know, it's not about what is this person doing, what are they not doing. I'm just mostly looking about I'm basically about looking at myself and focusing on my own life and my own journey right now, and basically being at a point where I'm not giving advice, and I'm basically refusing to give any advice and just taking that same advice for myself, if that makes any sense. So if you see me talking about other things and it has nothing to do with advice, that it's like, where did the advice videos go, or where did the advice episodes go? I know nobody's gonna ask that because nobody cares, nobody listens to this anyways, but that's why. It's because I don't have anything to say. I really don't. I just have to take that same advice that I give and take it for myself. That's what it's about. So yeah, and I'm not even gonna make this episode long. It's just like, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of where I'm at. I'm at a point where there's nothing for me to put out like that. It's more about me applying the same things that I put out months ago, and applying that to my life, and basically taking my own advice. And if you're someone who give other people advice and all that kind of stuff, I think it's time for you to do the same and basically take your own advice. I think it's really wise to do. And again, if you hear any background noise, it is what it is. Yeah, if I don't do this right now, I'm not gonna be able to do it at any other time, and as long as I'm still showing up, that's all that matters. And that's all I have to say for today's episode. If it feels like something that you're into, join the family. Sending you virtual hugs and kisses, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Take your own advice. Take your own advice, you know. Be self-aware enough to be aware of the things that you're telling other people to do, and ask yourself, are you doing the same thing? You know, are you still applying those same things and advice to you and yourself, and basically your own life? If you're not doing the same, I don't think you should be giving any advice out there. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Sending you for hugs and kisses, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.